Hey guys, sorry about that delayed response there. I was waiting till that car went by. I wanted to make a video tonight and just kind of give you guys some tips on buying luxury cars. Lots of times people look at buying a luxury car as as a money pit. And a good mechanic of mine, a friend of mine, kind of put it this way, and this is probably the best way to put it, is that all the bolts in a luxury car are also righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. And what he means by that is like all the mechanics in a luxury car are going to be pretty much the same. Like right now we get a Lexus in the driveway, but we've also had a BMW 5 Series, we've had an Infiniti G35 sedan, and we had a Volkswagen, which I really wouldn't call that a luxury car, but Volkswagen does make, they do make Rolls-Royce. Alright, it's either Rolls-Royce or Bentley, sorry, one or the other. But anyways guys, what I wanted to talk to you guys about is essentially what is actually expensive. And what I notice a lot of times in conversation is the people that say luxury cars are expensive to maintain and operate, either they have never owned one or they don't know how to maintain them. If you have to take this car out of warranty to the dealership for every single mishap that you have with it, of course it's going to cost a fortune. A good example, I always buy luxury cars certified, and that it's covered bumper to bumper, typically for the first anywhere from 3 to 6 years, depending on how you buy it. I think this car is 4 or 5. I don't know. I'll have to go look at the paperwork. But I mean, Lexus is Toyota. Don't really expect to have any problems out of it. But like with BMW, it was certified. And so, we took it in and they put a new iDrive switch in it, and it was $900. And that's BMW doing the work. But if you go online on YouTube and you take a look at what actually involved with putting a new iDrive switch in it, it's just popping off a few panels and a few screws, and literally you plug it back into the connector and it's good to go. And I think the part's probably $200. Which, I mean, yeah, $200 for an iDrive switch. I mean, and that's just a rough guess. I mean, it could be closer to 100. And maybe a little bit more than that. But what I'm trying to get at is if you could get into the car and do that yourself, and the only reason I took it to the dealer is because it was covered under warranty for free. It's really not that bad. And the same thing goes for our Infiniti. We had to have a 12 disc changer went out on it, and they wanted $1,200 to put a new 12 disc changer in it. I mean, everybody knows that a 12 disc changer this day and age is not $1,200. It's going to be probably $200-300, and that's what I think I found it for online, is $200-300. But once again, the car was certified, it was under warranty. But the same thing, right? So all you would have had to do is pull the thing out, which I think it was like 4 bolts, and you pull a panel off, slap it back in there, and the car's repaired for $200 or $300. Really the only repairs that you guys are going to have with a luxury car that would really require the dealership is like an engine failure, transmission failure, some type of really bad driveline failure. But you really got to think, even if the average person, say like my neighbor's van over there, if you had a transmission or engine failure in that, you're still going back to the dealership, or you're taking it somewhere to have it fixed, or a good independent shop. And so what I'm trying to get at really is luxury cars are not that scary to own. I find, and I'll repeat this again, most of the time it's like boat ownership. Most of the people that are complaining about how much one of these things costs, how much it costs to operate, it's going to be at the dealership, most of these people have never owned one. Everybody's got an opinion on something. Now, do I suggest buying any type of German luxury car with a warranty? Yeah, absolutely. It's like any other car. Like I've got that Dodge Charger, which my wife has been driving that a lot here lately, surprisingly, which I think she really deep down inside likes it, which doesn't kind of surprise me, but at the same time, she kind of told me she didn't really care for it that much, but you see who's driving it. What I'm trying to get at is I wouldn't buy an American car without a warranty, really, or a Toyota without a warranty. I mean, you're kind of crazy these days if you're not really crazy, but because that defeats this entire video. You kind of, most people buy warranties on their cars, and for me, it's It's more of a time management thing than anything. For me, having the car under warranty, I can have it taken up there, have it repaired in a timely fashion when they give me a loaner car. You know, I like to think of myself, I'm pretty good turning wrenches. We just put a motor in this thing and rebuilt the transmission in it. I still don't know if it's ever going to run. Waiting on the high torque starter to come in to finish that project, but that's another update for another day. The big thing really is, you know, the time management part of it. And that's what that is it, okay, so say the radiator goes out on this truck. I could replace that radiator, but with the way I fly, the way my wife works, you know, child on the way and everything, we don't have time to do that. I don't have time to try to source the part where I get directly from Lexus, or I get it off of eBay, Rock Auto, whatever you want to call it. I probably wouldn't put Rock Auto parts on this car, it'd probably be from Lexus. I could absolutely swap the radiator in this car, but why do that when you can spend a little extra money, get the warranty on it, buy it certified, and take it to the dealership, and they do it in 2 hours, and you have a loaner car, or they'll drop you off at the mall. You really can't defeat that. The other big perk of owning a luxury car is the service you get. You know, big difference between the Hendrick Lexus and Hendrick Toyota, where we got the other car at. I'm sorry, Hendrick Dodge, where we got the other car at. Hendrick Dodge is kind of, you know, they kind of treat you like peasants. They really don't care. Whenever I go to Lexus, they offer me a loaner car, coffee, food. They got like a little mini boutique in there. I can do work in there. Really, you got to think about what you're getting as well, and you're really not paying that much of a difference. I mean, I could have gone and gotten probably a 1-year-old Durango RT, and it probably would have cost probably close to this. It probably been $5,000–6,000 less, but the level of service you get is just so much better. I mean, literally, we had a problem with the brakes on this, and you know, it was supposed to be, it's certified, but you know, I don't know if someone missed the brakes, but they're saying it needed new brakes on it. New brakes on this vehicle were going to be $580, and I told them that certified is 530 seconds. We'd put 2,000 miles on the car, and that's absurd, crazy even, that this car could go through 330 seconds worth of brakes in 2,000 miles. And what did they do? They stepped up and they footed the bill for it. You know, this is service on this costs a little bit more. Yes and no, right? So this one came with free oil changes, where I actually had to pay for my oil changes with Dodge. And you know, I was looking at the receipt for it because we recently had the oil change for it, and then supposedly the service was, you know, retailed. I would never pay this much, but they said it retailed $271, but they rotated the tires and did a couple other things to it too. And my Dodge, you know, I dare say it's not that much, but you know, this is certified, so it's free. It's free oil changes for life. Dodge is, I think it's got 6 free oil changes, which should get it right at the end of the lease. So really, you know, there's pros and cons to each one. And what I'm trying to say really in this video is that owning a luxury car is really not as bad as everybody makes it out to be. It's not super expensive. I mean, if you go out and you buy a M5 and you just dog the ever living crap out of it and you blow it up and it's out of warranty, okay, you know, it's going to get expensive. But you know, typically for the daily driver like myself, it doesn't get too expensive. Do your research. You know, BMW here lately, they've had some problems. They continue to get a little bit better. Mercedes-Benz has always been really good for the most part. Some people out there might say that they're junk. Same thing with BMW, same thing with Infiniti, but you know, get what you want to drive. If you want a BMW, if you want an Audi, get it, put a warranty on it. And typically what I do is I'll put a warranty on it, see how it is for the first few years, and if it's a good car, then you're probably going to be okay out of warranty, because I mean, there's anything and everything that can happen in these cars regardless. You know, I could get back in this car and crank it up and it might blow up, but you know, you get what you want to drive. And like this one, we expect this to last a long time, knock on wood. I don't think I've got any wood to knock on in here, but you know, just want to make a quick video on kind of what you get, what you pay for, and just want to let you guys know that owning a luxury car is really not that bad. But anyways guys, y'all have a good night.